Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
Hello to all our viewers from here and around the world.
Napakaganda na ating talenteman ngayong hapon ito.
Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat.
Well, friends,
welcome to the Bridges Show.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think it should be a really interesting and fun topic.
But there are things you want to learn. So I wanna take it from there and then I listen to them.
Meron sila mga mitiin upang maging makabuluhan pa ang pagiging Katoliko. Lalong-lalo na sa susunod na henerasyon.
Sa akin po, sa mga kabataan, use competence as a basis.
In real life, hindi naman talaga tayo tumitigil sa buhay. Kailangan talaga tuloy lang ang buhay kahit anong challenges natin.
Palawan, Cebu, Baguio City, Atty. Dwight, pati La Union. So we are saying that revenge travel is real.
Mas kailangan natin na i-share ang hiwaga ng sining sa mga tao.
Food and health should go hand in hand. So yan ang gusto namin paratingin sa gobyerno.
If you will just devote your life teaching, hindi ka yayaman sa pera, pero yayaman ka sa tao.
Siyempre, ang pinakamaganda po naman sa ating universidad ay yung talagang natuturuan po tayo kung paano maging mabuting tao.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
Hi, indeed, this is Bridges, Bridges of Faith, Bridges of Hope, and Bridges of Love. I'm Dr. Balita. I'm an alumnus of the UST College of Nursing, and I'll be your host this afternoon. And I'm a product of the College of Nursing, and I'm a proud registered nurse. And I'll be very happy to join you in your conversation because today we will be talking about something which is very relevant, not only for the nursing communities, but also for you as Filipinos. This episode is brought to you by the UST Nursing Alumni Association and, of course, the UST Alumni Association. I graduated in 1991 from the College of Nursing. I'd like to welcome you all to Bridges. I remember still that during the pandemic, Bridges was born and was built so that we can bridge each other virtually. And tonight, or this morning, wherever you are, I'd like to greet all of you. May you have a wonderful moment as we talk about something very important. But nurses are known to care. Nurses are caring. Nurses are, nurturing. Nurses are giving. But what if nurses are leaving? And nurses are doing that because of their living. And this is what we will be talking about. But before we continue, please remember to like, share, and follow our Facebook page, UST Alumni Association Incorporated, and subscribe to our TAC YouTube channel. That's Thomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel. Just click the button so you can be part of our worldwide Thomasian Alumni Community. Thomasian Alumni Community. I'd like to introduce our guest. Hindi na po natin papatagalin pa to. I'd like to introduce to you the first guest. She's a Thomasian from the College of Nursing and from the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery and at the graduate school. Naku, talagang full-blooded Thomasian in terms of her higher education. She's a fellow of both the Philippine College of Physicians and the Philippine Society of Nephrology. In her 14 years of practice as nephrology, she immersed herself in the training of internists and nephrologists, in research and in various activities concerning public health by the Philippine Society of Nephrology and Community Development of the UST College of Nursing. She was also engaged in employees development program in the hospitals where she was engaged in. She received various awards and recognition as a teacher in her clinical practice and one of the distinguished Thomasian Alumni Award recipient in 2022. At present, she's an associate professor at the University of Santo Tomas College of Nursing and the medical director of the UST Hospital. Please welcome Dr. Chato. Hi, Doktora, magandang araw po sa inyo.
Yeah, magandang hapon po, Sir Dr. Carl, no? Proud Thomasino po. Magandang hapon po sa mga kapwa natin Thomasino na nanunood at nakikinig sa kalat-kalat na lugar ng Pilipinas at sa ibang bansa. Maraming
Yeah.
salamat for inviting me here and for the opportunity. Thank you.
Dr. Chato Malong Consolacion. All right. At atin pong, kayo po ay product ng College of Nursing in what year, Doktora?
Graduate po ako 1996 and then
Okay.
for medicine po it's 2000 po.
Alright, so hindi tayo nag-abot sa College of Nursing. Medyo doon ko na-realize na matanda na ako. Alright. The other guest is also a graduate of both the UST College of Nursing and the UST Graduate School. And she is Miss Aileen Ongleo. Miss Aileen is currently connected with St. Luke's Medical Center, Quezon City, as a Senior Oversight Manager of Highly Specialized Clinical Educators, or CNE, under the Healthcare Academy. Designed and implemented various training programs for nurses in the country. Is a risk champion and lead for Continuous Professional Development Program, or CPD, for nurses. She's also the coordinator of International Awarding Foundation, which is the DAISY Awards for Extraordinary Nurses. Wow! Ganda to, pag-usapan natin mamaya to kasi maraming nurses might be interested to know more about that. She has received distinctions of excellence such as from St. Luke's Sabayaning Lukan Nurse Award, Education category. She recently received the highest award, which is the Grand Associate of the Year, Senior Managerial category. She has undergone trainings locally and in Asia Pacific and Great Britain. The Six Sigma courses at the Ateneo, the Manila University, and Singapore Management University to enhance her competencies as an educator. She's also an advocate of breastfeeding and is a breastfeeding educator all over the country. She's one of the authors of the birthing modules in the Philippines in collaboration with the Board of Nursing and the Department of Health. Presently, she's the national president of the Mother and Child Nurses Association of the Philippines, or the MCNAP, executive member of the Asia Pacific Pediatric Nurse Association, public relations officer of the University of Santo Tomas Alumni Association Incorporated, and board of trustees of the Perinatal Association of the Philippines. To our dear viewers, please welcome Miss Aileen Ongleo. Hi, Miss Aileen.
Good afternoon, Doc Carl. Good afternoon, Doc Chato, and of course to our audience. And of course, proud Thomasino ng batch 2003 College of Nursing. And magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Magkwentuhan po tayo ngayong hapong ito, mga colleagues, okay, sa nursing landscape.
All right. Oh, you mentioned about the nursing landscape, Dr. Chato. How is the nursing landscape in UST now? How is your supply? How is the human resource, reality of the UST hospital?
Actually, thank you for that question, Dr. Carl. Kasi what probably I can share is from both the medical and the nursing perspective. Kasi as we mentioned nga, I'm a product of the College of Nursing and also product of the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery. So I have shared of both and experienced both world po, from nursing to the medical side. So actually, if I am to describe the current landscape of our nursing staff, manpower, it's quite challenging because I would say that our nurses are the really frontliners when it comes to the medical management of our patient. They are the ones who are on 24/7 service on call to our patient. And we, particularly during the pandemic, we really rely on the keen assessment and observation of our nurses when it comes to the diagnosis and the management. Okay, so technically, we owe it to our nurses when it comes to having an accurate diagnosis, accurate history, and how to come up with the exact treatment that the patient require. So, sobrang appreciated ko po ang mga nurses natin, particularly during this COVID pandemia, because they really are the frontliners. They basically are the remaining force, when everything else or when everybody doesn't want to go out, nurses are there. Even doctors are having this teleconsultation, telemedicine, but for nurses, there is no telenursing.
Yeah, tama.
Walang telenursing.
Wala, hindi pwede.
Yeah, so although we were able to innovate and try to kumbaga adjust with the demands of the medical field, the nursing field really has to move forward and sustain the operation. So I am very thankful that our nurses stood by the UST hospital, some probably they have to go, but many remained and still staying with us to be part of the family. So very
Doktora,
challenging po. Yes po.
yeah, it's very challenging. Sa ngayon po, sapat, kulang o sobra ang nurses sa UST Hospital?
Actually, kasi sir, if I may just share, the UST Hospital right now are managing 3 buildings, We have the San Vicente Ferrer, the St. John Masias, and the newly opened JP2 building. So if we are to consider the actual rooms and units, kasi remember nurses also function in the special units like emergency room, endoscopic, operating room, delivery rooms, not just in the ward. So if we are to open all the units and wards for the 3 building, it's a very Herculean challenge and task for us to put manpower, adequate nursing staff. So
ngayon hindi bukas yung doktora? Hindi siya bukas yung ibang
we do have some wards that we have to close to optimize and maximize the nursing manpower, but we are still positive and through your help, thank you very much, we have been collaborating with you during our recruitment process, and we have hired nurses through your help, through the invitations during the review. So thank you very much po.
Salamat din, Doktora, kasi alam mo, gusto ko kasi nagre-review pa lang talaga. I mean, actually, gagraduate pa lang, dapat alam na nila kung saan pupunta. Yeah, thank you. Ballpark lang, Doktora, before I go to Miss Aileen. Mga ilan ang kulang na nurses ng UST ngayon? As we speak.
Actually, we were discussing at present, probably, if I may estimate it, I only have 189 nurse assistive and more or less 310 of actual nurses. Considering that we are operating with an actual bed capacity of around 400, this is still sufficient.
Okay, kulang pa rin. So sabi niyo mga 200, between 200 to 300 ang kulang. Parang gano'n.
Tama po.
Yes. All right. Miss Aileen, how is St. Luke's now? St. Luke's is talagang the go-to institution ng mga graduate of nursing, I'd like to know how is the status of nursing supply or human resource?
We're still very lucky at we say na nasapat pa ang nurses, and but we are definitely giving that spotlight on turnover and retention of the nurses, because these are the things that are really delicate. And now, surprisingly, even the college professors in nursing are going abroad, taking the NCLEX, and really exploring the possibilities of migrating. So you can see that there's really this unpredictable situation in the nursing landscape, because everyone wants to leave the country.
So most, if not everyone, hindi naman siguro everyone, most would like to leave.
Most, yes.
Yeah.
And because we're still here.
So, para sa St. Luke's, hindi natin problema yung kulang. Yung nga lang, ang attrition, do we have the number of attrition, Dr. Chato, as far as UST is concerned?
Actually, for UST, we have, it's in the range of 2 to 5% attrition.
Every month, monthly attrition. Yeah. So, ibig sabihin po noon sa ating mga non-health professionals or sa ating mga nanonood ay yung pangpalit, yung kailangan umalis at kailangan palitan. So that's 2 to 3%. St. Luke's, they have the number, Miss Aileen?
Roughly around lower attrition for St. Luke's. But then hindi natin ma-predict. Imagine during the pandemic, we had we stopped or we had this parang na-freeze yung pagre-resign ng mga tao for some reasons di natin. Pero ngayon meron paunti-unti. Every day really is a surprise for us, because pwede wala, kinabukasan, madami, hindi natin masasabi.
Ano yung surprise na yun? Yung living or yung leaving?
Leaving.
The living. Alright. Pag-usapan na, by the way, shout out tayo sa ating mga viewers. May tanong si Lulu, si Miss Lulu Obilio. Hi kay Ma'am Editha Ocampo, of course, our professor. And maraming nanonood sa atin ngayon, mukhang maraming nanonood. Paki-share naman para mas maraming manood. And by the way, the beauty of social media is kailangan masabi ninyo sa inyong mga followers maybe you can copy the link and post it in your own social media accounts, just like what I did, para mas manood din yung mga followers niyo at mapakinabangan natin itong discussion natin ito. Siyempre, pag-uusapan muna namin sa sitwasyon ng nursing, pero mamaya ano bang epekto nito sa buhay nyo, hindi man kayo nurses? How will that affect the life of the living, no, of every Filipino? Ayan. How are they living? Simulan muna natin, how are they living now? Ano yung sweldo? Is that sufficient? Kaya bang mabuhay ng nurse sa Pilipinas getting the salary that they're getting? Dr. Chato.
Actually, Dr. Carl, no, when we assumed the office here in UST Hospital, that's the first thing that we had to address. Unfortunately, unlike sa St. Luke's, even during the pandemic, we have seen a lot of resignation, no, from junior, senior staff, no. So that's the first thing that we had to address, the increase in the salary of our nurses, as well as offering more benefit privileges that are within what they require. Because I think what I realize with this situation, what we have right now is that the benefits and the salary basically are not similar with the age group. They have prioritization with regards to what they really need. Like for example, when we were discussing it kanina when we're still off the air, yung pag medyo may edad na, may pamilya, they would require more of yung mga educational benefits, no? They would require yung mas medyo mataas na sweldo, mas magandang medical benefits.
Because they have families to sustain, Dr. Chato. Pero yung mga bata ngayon, if I may also compare, considering the age group, ang mga bata naman ngayon may YOLO. Kailangan may lifestyle, no? They want to travel to Boracay. Kanila galing akong LU, marami daw mga nagbabakasyon, considering it's a Monday, it's a Tuesday, no? So parang ganoon ang nangyayari. Talagang ang tanong ko lang is, Aileen, palagay mo, bubuhay ba ng pamilya ang sweldo ng isang nurse sa Pilipinas? Kasi ayoko i-compare sa dolyar o sa euro. Alam mo sa Cebu may ads doon nakalagay is 1.2 million peso salary per annum sa Europe. London lifestyle. Diba sa UK? Tapos 1.2 million. Pero teka lang, sabi ko, ang gastos mo rin doon, euro din. Hello. Hindi mo may ko-convert yung peso mo doon. Pag bumili kang burger doon, hindi naman peso yun, di ba? Euro din. So, Aileen, ikaw sa experience mo, bubuhay ba ng pamilya ang sweldo ng nurse sa Pilipinas? Kaya bumuhay?
Well, we are lucky, sabi nga ni Dr. Chato kanina, si St. Luke's is one of the highest paying private hospitals in the country.
How much is highest paying?
I cannot divulge, of course, but then I see that for those who are single, kaya. They can actually sustain even a little of their wants. Pero yung sa pamilya, especially we have increasing costs around us. Pagkain, renta, so to speak, mukhang kulang eh. Kaya din, this is really a good avenue for us to be heard, no? Eventually, because the nurses are really doing a lot of things. The core competencies are high, and still, no?
And the risk is very high.
Mababa ang pasahod sa atin, considering what we have, considering the skill set.
At saka the risk, siguro Aileen. Pero Doktora, before that, no, kasi gusto ko isundot lang kay Aileen. Kasi sabi mo, ayaw mo sabihin siyempre sweldo. Pero kasi ang internal migration happens because the salary in the government is mandated by law salary grade 15, which is some 33 to 35,000. Ang take home nun, hindi ko sure. Pero yun ang range when it comes to government. Miss Aileen, namamatch ba ng St. Luke's yun? Kaya hindi matindi ang internal migration sa St. Luke's? Huwag mo sabihin yung presyo, but is it close to that?
Well, I think namamatch kahit papaano. But of course, this is a multifactorial perspective, a multifactorial aspect na, sa ospital, ang mga nurses, namimili na din sila. We have to accept that nowadays, looking at the state-of-the-art technology in preparation probably for their migration, the positive practice environment, the social and emotional security. So iba talaga, and
are we in agreement, before Dr. Chato, are we in agreement that hindi lang po sweldo ang nagpapanatili sa nurse sa Pilipinas?
Yes, Doc.
And
Marami
there are
tayong
studies that
mga factors. And later, maybe we will be having
we'll
the
discuss that.
share. Opo.
Hindi
Tama.
po ito opinion, hindi po ito haka-haka o puro-puro, ito po siyensya. Kasi meron tayong mga research to back that up. No, na hindi, maski pa panahon pa ni Herzberg's, no, 1960s, 1970s, meron na pong Herzberg's theory na nagsasabi na ang salary ay hindi siya motivator, hindi siya job satisfier. Siya ay hygienic factor na pag hindi mo na ibigay, magkakaroon ng dissatisfaction. Pero kahit ibigay mo, hindi necessarily nag-lead sa satisfaction. Dr. Chato, you were raising your hand kanina. What would you like to say?
Yeah, actually, if we are to look at it, meron kasing mga part ng benefits ng isang empleyador, particularly for our nurses, that if you monetize it or if you put a value on it, malaki. Like for example, sa UST, without mentioning the actual salary of our nurses, but if pamilyado kunyari yung nurse, may 4 na anak, okay? And then this nurse also would like to pursue a masteral or further educational benefit. You cannot actually put amount to the educational benefits that they can get. Kasi actually for families with 4 kids who is a, kumbaga yung father or mother is a regular nurse here in UST, libre yung education ng mga anak. Starting from junior high school to college, to postgrad. So lahat yun libre.
So doktora, ang gusto mo sabihin, sige, hindi kami kasing taas ni government or ni St. Luke's. Pero pag nag-aral yung anak nila, libre. Pag nag-aral sila, masteral, libre. Ngayon, kung bibigyan mo ng value yon, bala ka sa buhay mo, pero ang alam nyo, libre yon. Which is the reason why some of your nurses are not leaving. Ano po?
Yes,
at saka yan ang bibigay sa kanila. At nagkakaroon ng greater satisfaction sa kanila. Sabi nga ni Dr. Pedrosa, one of our leaders sa alumni, sabi niya, pag walang asawang nurse sa Pilipinas, walang asawa ang nurse sa Pilipinas, pwede na siya mabuhay. Pero kung may asawa at mga anak, talagang hindi sapat ang kanilang sahod. Alam nyo, pero itong reality para maintindihan din ng audience natin. Sa lahat ng health professionals, ang pinakamataas na sweldo nurse in government at the very least, no? I mean, the medtech, the physical therapists and the others, they don't get salary grade 15, Aileen. No? Sa St. Luke's, pantay ba ang sweldo ng entry-level nurse sa equivalent baccalaureate degree holder professional na pumasok in the system? And same goes for Chato.
Yeah, merong slight difference, which I think nurses really have a higher one.
Okay.
So, would like to add din, if sa UST naman meron silang school or scholarly benefits, dito naman ang siguro hindi rin maiwanan is the medical benefits.
Ayun.
So kung merong differences with the salary that each healthcare professionals are receiving, doon naman nakaka-engganyo in terms of the medical benefits, wherein if you are a regular employee here already, you will be receiving 100% medical benefits plus your dependents, which is 70%.
Actually, mga hospital ngayon, para po sa kalaman din ng lahat, kasi napaka-immerse po natin lahat dyan ng mga nursing leaders, kanya-kanyang creativity ng mga private hospitals na non-monetary benefits. Non-monetary benefits. Kasi pag binigay mo yung pera, binigay mo yung sahod, ang implikasyon number 1, kailangan may taas yung iba. Kasi hindi na magiging equitable. Pangalawa, tataas yung healthcare cost, which is pangit pag i-private ka. Okay, kaya nga solution talaga dito, government. Ang solution po dito, you really have to help. You really have to subsidize the private institutions, the private hospitals to be able to give the universal healthcare. Kasi pag hindi nyo tinulungan ng private, mangangamata yan. Pag nawala ang private hospitals, delikado lagay ng ating universal healthcare. No? Malalim na usapan po ito. Sa totoo lang, sa ating mga viewers, magbigay kayo ng mga mungkahi. Kasi ito po ipapanoorin, ito po i-curate namin, ipapadala po ni Ma'am Ida ito sa DOH, ipapadala sa Board of Nursing, ipapadala ito kay President BBM, ipadala natin sa lahat ng pwede natin padalhan. Kasi kasama po natin ang 2 nursing leaders na alam ang sitwasyon on the ground. Ang regret ko nga lang, wala tayong representative of the government. Pero ang tanong nga po dito, Dr. Chato, mabilis lang. Kumusta ang nurse-patient ratio sa UST?
Actually, depende yan sa whether it's an ICU or a special unit. But I would say that we still strictly maintain sa mga regular ward 1:4, 1:5. One nurse against 4:5, depending on the nursing care requirement of the patient.
Pero you're following the standards at least of the DOH na 1:12 kung mga regular ward. Sa St. Luke's?
Yep, likewise Dr. Carl, because of course it's the quality and safe patient care pa rin na tinitingnan natin, and we ensure the right ratio of our nurses to the patients. And in consideration then, tama, same with Dr. Chato, it depends if we're talking about the general nursing units, the step down or the progressive units, and the special areas. So dito iba-iba.
But knowing St. Luke's, knowing the quality standards, JCI, etc., you follow strictly the nurse-patient ratio.
Yes, Doc.
Same with UST, more or less, Doktora. Kaya nga sinaran nyo na lang rather than i-dilute yung ratio, which is good. Pero yun ang maganda, yun naman ang reklamo, narinig lang naman natin ito ng marami nating mga nurses in government. Mas mataki nga ang sweldo nila, pero mas kokonti yung nurses sa area nila. Kaya medyo matindi yung pagod. Medyo exhaustive yung work. Alam nyo yun, narinig mo Aileen yan. Bilang National President ng MCNAP, no, narinig mo yan. Mas malaki nga ang sweldo pero mas nakakapagod.
Yes, it happens. So, of course, I will be speaking on the perspective of mother and children for the nurses who are handling the dyad, that's the mother and the baby. So, there are really hospitals who are like caring for, a nurse caring for the whole ward.
1:1
Yes, 1:1 na tinatawag nila. And it really happens. So, on a positive note, nakikita natin na na-enhance naman ang competencies ng ating mga nurses in terms of communication and the bedside care. So, if only lahat ng nurses ganun mag-isip na sa kabila ng hirap, sa kabila ng burnout, there's another beautiful story naman on the side.
Okay, so napag-usapan natin. Yes,
Dr. Carl, if I may add lang, no, in fairness to the other institution that I'm also engaged with, kasi I also is affiliated to the other government hospital, just to name JR and Fabella. I think they are quite knowledgeable and they are informed of the current situation with regards to the nurse and patient ratio in the government, and I think they're doing something about it. In fairness to those unit, I'm not speaking of the entire government, but I have seen efforts from Fabella and JR to address nurse patient ratio.
No doubt, Doktora, kasi nakausap natin si Secretary Ted Herbosa, no? Na pag-usapan namin yan, at saka maraming pinaplano, maraming talagang pinag-uusapan on how we can actually improve, this nurse-patient ratio, benefits, allowances, etc. Now, so we're in agreement na nurses, ang pinag-uusapan natin is yung living, they can live, yung mabubuhay, pwedeng mabuhay. At saka totoo naman, lahat po tayong Pilipino, may challenge tayo ng financial literacy. No? Challenge po sa lahat yan, kahit paanong profesyon. Kung hindi nga tayo matututo ng ating financial literacy, talagang hindi sasapat ang kahit anong laki ng kinikita. Kaya nga sabi ko, in one of the fora, sabi ko, kailangan lahat ng Pilipino, bata, matanda, kahit paanong profesyon, talagang yung financial literacy matinding challenge kasi nga may economic crisis. Tanggapin na natin yun. Now, why are they leaving? Ba't sila umaalis? Sa interviews mo, Miss Aileen, why are they leaving?
Umaalis, ang ganda ng timing kasi recently na-involve ako sa mga focus group discussions. Why fast ang turnover, why umaalis ng mga nurses. First, number one really is migration.
Okay. External. That's external migration.
External, UK, Qatar, Middle East, Germany is open, the US is open, and the plus is that it's open for the nurse to bring along with them yung kanilang pamilya. And it's really very attractive. So that's external force.
Miss Aileen, i-clarify lang natin for the sake of our viewers, kasi meron pong internal migration. Ang nangyayari po, madalas is, hindi ako makapasok sa government hospitals na mas malaki ang sweldo, tatry ako ng private, pag natanggap ako doon, mag-migrate ako doon, i-trained na siya ng private. Di ba? Nangyayari Miss Aileen, Dr. Chato, I'm sure. So may internal migration. Pero ang matindi yung external migration. At pag pinag-usapan dyan, saan ba madalas pumupunta, Miss Aileen? Yung mga na-interview mo nagpapaalam, Amerika, UK, or Middle East?
Pinakamabilis is UK.
UK.
And,
Kailangan pa ba nila ng experience para pumunta ng UK?
Hindi na kailangan. And
Hindi na.
also, ethically, there are nurses who are living ethically in the sense na gusto nila kahit papaano, bago sila umalis, talagang na-develop nila yung competencies nila. So may mga ganito tayong mga nurses. Meron din naman, because the Filipinos really are very, very very good in exploring, very good in challenges. Umaalis sila kahit wala experiences.
So, hindi kailangan experience. Tapos another thing before we go to Dr. Malong is, di ba ang attraction sa kanila is citizenship? Citizenship, they can bring their family. So in effect, hindi na lang siya job offers. It has become a migration attraction. Tama ba, Miss Aileen?
Tama. Because maybe in a year or even less than a year, they can actually bring their families along with them.
Which economically, mawawala na yung dati nating rationalization na, di bali mag-abroad yan, magpapadala naman ng pera yan. Makakatulong sa ekonomiya natin yan. Kasi ngayon, pag nandun ang buong pamilya niya, anong ekonomiya, anong remittance sa pinag-uusapan natin? Nandun yung pamilya niya, di ba? So, ayun. Dr. Chato, why are the nurses leaving in your experience, in your interviews?
Yeah, actually, for our nurses who are resigning, we do an exit interview to just look into ano ba yung common causes why they leave, no? So based dun sa aming results, I was given parang tabulated data. So majority of our nurses leaving is because they would like to seek more professional opportunity, just like going abroad or seeking other better compensation outside. And then this will be followed by family circumstances. Probably someone got sick in the family, or someone needs, kumbaga, they have to go home, no? And then the other or the rest would be proximity of residence, personal illness, their desire to return to school, and a small portion is related to dissatisfaction with the type of work. So those were the result of our exit survey from our nurses.
We want to pursue that, yung last part, dissatisfaction. Pero yung porsyento ng pumupunta sa call center, kagaya ni sinabi ni Renzo Lidong, the BPOs, not really call center, sorry to use that, pero yung BPOs are attracting them. Number 1, walang clinical risks. Number 2, mas mataas ang sweldo. Number 3, maganda rin ang mga perks. May mga ganun bang incidents, Aileen?
Yes, actually, it's not only anecdotal evidences. Even the data coming from DOH and other organizations would say na talagang portion of the nurses are really going to BPOs. And now we have virtual opportunities like ito yung mga case managers, na encoders yan. So hindi lang BPO. There's a lot for nurses to just work from home. And they are saying that's really minus the stress, minus the cost of the transportation, the food that they're eating outside, and any cost that would really be of significance in terms of their finances.
Okay, we talked about positive practice environment. Kasi let's define it muna. Kasi ang sabi nga nila, if only nurses will be given the positive practice environment, they may not look at the salary only, but they may actually see the bigger picture of the nursing career and opt to stay. Anong definition natin diyan? Aileen, you mentioned it kanina. Would you like to share? Ano yung St. Luke's perspective definition? Then I'll go to Dr. Chato, na clinician, at the same time administrator.
Yes, just to simplify, because probably there are also non-clinicians watching us, positive practice environment is equated with your value in the workplace.
Value
in the workplace. And when you are actually maintaining your work, your life, and your balance as well, when you're able to move freely with the different dimensions of your wellness, that's roughly positive practice environment. When you are getting this job embeddedness. So nabasa ko lang to sa isang study. When we talk about job embeddedness, parang nakuha mo na you find your hole in the institution. You love your job, you know what you're doing, you are physically, socially, and even emotionally stable in your workplace. So, and when you're given that voice as well in your institution, when you are having this, yung tinatawag nilang shared leadership, shared governance, na kahit ba nandun ka sa ranks, you are being heard, you have the value in the institution. So yun yung magandang.
Sabihin siguro iba, dami nyo namang gusto. Gusto nyo na nga mas mataas sa sweldo, dami nyo pang gusto. Diba? Parang ang gusto. Pero ito po ang gusto natin ipa-realize, ano? Ang positive practice environment, kasi po lahat tayo gusto naman natin lumago sa kinalalagyan natin. Bato-bato sa langit, ang tamaan po wag magagalit. Pero kung ako po'y job order, kahit pa malaki ang sweldo ko, wala akong security of tenure. Tama? Kung hindi ko po nakikita na may future ako dito, bakit ako nandito? Kung hindi po ako masaya dito, anong ginagawa ko dito? And dami naghahanap ng nurses. Yun po yung real. Ganun lang po ka-practical yun. Ako ba lumalago dito? Ako ba pinapakinabangan dito? Ako ba masaya dito? At ako ba may future dito? Yun yung shared vision siguro, ano, Miss Aileen? Yep. Practical na usapan. Hindi lang po pang nursing ito. Actually, galing lang ako sa team building namin, ng kumpanya ko. Kung ang janitor ko po nag-evolve para maging manager, kahit sino janitor, mangangarap sa kumpanya ko na meron siyang future. Kaya sila nag-i-stay, di po ba? Dr. Chato, clinician's perspective, sa UST perspective, ano ang positive practice environment?
Actually, it's more on positive employee engagement. That's how I look at it. Just to add to what Aileen mentioned, actually, it's the practice of making our employee believe, that their work is meaningful to us, that they make significant change with regards to the operation, and they contribute to the success of the operation. Actually, ang isa sa sigurong kailangan din nating emphasize is the appreciation, making them feel, making them believe that they are appreciated by the management. Hearing them, engaging them, creating a opportunity for them to express. Ano ba yung gusto nilang i-contribute? Ano ba yung gusto nilang i-voice out to make the employment, the situation, the environment more positive? I think yun yung medyo kulang kasi before, no?
Pag-usapan natin yung doktora, yung kakulangan yan. Kasi ang gusto ko lang po iparealize sa lahat, pag ang tao pumuntang ospital, may sakit. Kung ikaw may bantay, under stress ka, in crisis. So normal po na mainitin ang ulo, reklamador, mataas ang stress. Sino po ba sumasalo ng lahat ng yan? Di po ba nurse?
Yeah,
sino po ba sinisigawan nyo kasi late dumating nung nag-buzzer ka? Di po ba yung nurse? Pero ang nakalimutan natin, gaano kaya karaming pasyente kasi o sino kaya yung naghihingalo dun sa kabila na tunakbo ng nurse bag kaya na late sa'yo? In other words, masyadong malaki
actually,
yung...
Dr. Carl,
Yes.
Actually, Dr. Carl, siguro ang isa din gusto kong emphasize kasi 'di ba sa start, Aileen, 'di ba pag nag-i-start ang mga nurses natin, we prepare them from the physical challenge. Kumbaga, we orient them, we tour them, orient them kung ano yung setup, ano yung mga requirement. But I don't know if kumbaga sa lahat ba ng institution, there's mental preparation. Yung parang channel na natin na aside from the clinical skills, the ability to recognize, do accurate history taking, yung katulad ng sinabi niyo, sir, na hindi lahat ng institution mentally prepared yung mga nurses nila o pwede kang maging recipient, pwede kang maging mag-absorb ng mga negative ng pasyente.
Pero doktora, tanggapin na natin ang katotohanan, yung nurses tao din kasi yun. Alam nyo, napagod na rin yun. Alam nyo, minsan na ospital ako. So hanggang sa, alam mo yun, matagal dumating yung nurse para palitan yung IV line. Ay, yung IV ko, IV solution ko. So yung misis ko, doktora din, medyo nag-ready ka, matagal-tagal ng nurse. Alam mo, sabi ko, alam mo kasi yung nurse-patient ratio, baka hindi natin na-realize. Alam mo, ginawa ko na lang kasi nurse ako, nakaintindi ako. Pero ini-imagine ko kung ako hindi nurse, baka nasigawan ko yung nurse, nasaan ka? Ang tagal-tagal ko ng, naubos na. Bumalik na yung blood, etc. Kung hindi ko siya naiintindihan. Ang gusto ko lang po talagang iparealize sa public is, ito ang tanong ko, nung isang araw, in-interview ako ni Tito Sen, para sa kanyang programa. Alam mo, tanong ko lang sa kanya na napatigil siya is, tayong Pilipino, ang tanong ko sa inyong lahat, nakapagpasalamat na ba kayo sa nurse dahil sa naging papel nila nung pandemya? Nakapagluto ka man lang ba ng pansit at dinala mo doon sa ospital na pinanggalingan ng kamag-anak mo na nailigtas sa COVID nung panahong yon? Ganun kasimple. Di ba naalala natin kung paano nyo pinandirihan yung mga nurses na galing sa ospital sa takot natin sa COVID? Nagawa na ba natin as a humanity? Yun ang tanong ko sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin ngayon. Sumagot po kayo. O yung mga nanonood, sumagot kayo. O, nagawa na, may napasalamatan na ba kayong nurse? O kayong doktor? Kasi malaking bagay yun eh. Malaking bagay na dumating halimbawa sa PGH o sa Santa Ana, may dumating dong pansit na bilaot, sinabing mula kay Lando Alvarez, na nakamag-anak nung inalagaan nyo dyan, maraming salamat sa mga, huwag naman nurse, hindi lang nurse na pinag-uusapan, mga hospital staff. Tanong ko sa lahat yon. Kasi sa dami natin Pilipino, kung sabay-sabay tayo nagpasalamat, hindi lang sa nurses, kundi sa healthcare professionals, baka naramdaman tayo at nabigyan natin ng value. Yun ang term kasi ni Miss Aileen kanina. Value, appreciation. Yun. Hindi naman sa kulang kami sa pansin. Pero sa totoo lang minsan, Aileen, tagapin natin, kulang tayo sa pansin.
Yes, of course. Culturally, we know na ang mga Pilipino, sweet yan, warm. So, minsan magtataka lang talaga tayo. Parang amidst the busyness of the nurse, the healthcare professional, the doctor, minsan nangyayari sa emergency department, hindi lang sa kung saang ospital man, pero nawawala yung TLC. Kasi very preoccupied, very busy na si nurse, all busy with the technicalities, magi-injection, magi-start ng IV, mag-a-assess. Hindi na nakamusta, hindi man lang alam mo Filipino. Kasi alam natin we are known for that Filipino curative factor eh. Pero ngayon, bakit nawawala na? Yon. Doktora, bakit daw nawawala na? Bakit nawawala din? Pagod na ba yung mga nurses? Iba na bang lahi sila? Iba na ba ang naging competency sila kagaya ng panahon natin? Iba na ba silang henerasyon? Or iba na rin ang pagtrato kasi sa kanila?
Priority and the way they are, kumbaga, we treat them. Siguro yun po. Iba na rin kasi yung probably training from different school. So, siguro yung value ng pakikisama, pagiging magalang, pagiging appreciative, at siguro yung value ng pagiging matiisin, ano? Kasi Filipino, we are known for being matiisin at mapagpasensya. Siguro yun yung isang bagay that we also have to look into para dun sa mga nursing students natin and soon to be nurses, ma-revive natin or ma-strengthen natin yung ganitong value. Kasi talagang tama po kayo, no? May sakit yan. Dapat di natin patulan.
No.
Dapat patulan kasi may sakit yan.
Pero paalala rin sa mga pasyente, at sa mga bantay. Napapagod din po yung nurse, may emosyon din po yun, nasasaktan din po yun. Huwag natin kalimutan yun. Kasi galing sa puso, kung nasa ibang bansa po yan, choice of the world po yan eh. Okay, ngayon, I want both of you to imagine a case. Let's do a case study. Think of a nurse who stayed. And why is that nurse staying? Kasi now we are in the part na hindi naman pwedeng pag-usapan natin lahat ng problema at lahat ng himutok at hinaing, at mga hanash natin dito. No? Ang gusto natin pag-usapan at the end of Bridges is how do we bridge these problems towards a solution that will be meaningful for everyone. Any one of you may start. Think of a case. Bakit si Nurse X is staying instead of grabbing the opportunities na meron siya overseas? Would you like to cite a case?
Siguro ako, I will start na rin. Ano?
Yeah, go ahead, Doktora.
Pero Dr. Carl, I would say na one possible factor na pwedeng nagiging reason why this particular nurse would opt to stay is because of the priority, no? Iba-ibang priority ng individual, iba-ibang needs, no? So depende kung anong priority niya, anong needs niya, then that would be the reason for them to stay or to decide to go and be employed outside. So siguro yun yung isang big factor, prioritization and the needs, the individual needs that each and everyone has.
If you have one nurse in mind right now, nakilala niyo sa UST Hospital, why is that nurse still in the Philippines? And why is that nurse still in UST?
Siguro if I may cite one, a model nurse that I have right now is Ma'am Lita Boseta. She's our OR nurse supervisor and has been a supervisor of several units, no, from CCU, CBU, naging emergency room yan, naging Santa Catalina or Del Pilar Ward. And actually, nagkaroon siya ng maraming anak and yet hindi siya nagkaasawa, no? Bakit sinabing nagkaroon siya ng maraming anak? Because she was able to mentor a lot of nurses, no, who had their employment here in UST, and marami nga daw sa mga anak-anakan niya are inviting her, no, to visit UK, US, since wala naman siyang pamilya.
Okay.
So, I think one good factor about Ma'am Lita is her commitment.
Okay.
Her desire to teach, and siguro ang isang naging ano sa kanya is, although there are opportunities na na-offer sa kanya para umalis, is ang priority niya is to make a change and to, kumbaga, makatulong sa hospital. Kasi she's already a retired nurse and we offered her to be extended. She still accepted.
Okay. So siguro magandang itanong dyan, anong ginawang tama ng UST to make her stay until retirement? Kasi pag nasagot natin yun, then we have a case. Ito, Aileen, why are you in the Philippines? You're young, you're highly educated, you're highly trained. I'm sure you're getting offers. Are you getting offers, Miss Aileen?
Yes.
Why are you still here?
Well, to be honest, well, my kids are watching. Hello, and my mom is watching too. Priorities would speak. So I've been a nurse for almost 20 years now. So I started as a bedside nurse in St. Luke's, and then I had this penchant for teaching. So masasabi ko, isa sa reason bakit hindi umaalis ang nurse katulad ko is, first is professional development.
You have that. You're getting that from St. Luke's. Okay.
Parang nandoon yung thirst to learn. And at my end, I've always wanted to have the experience to teach, and masayang magturo kasi iniisip mo sa dami ng mga bagong millennial nurses, sino ba yung mga tao na magiging catalyst or conduit to be able to make these people a better one, make this person a better one. Dahil lalo ngayon ang millennials, kanina pinag-uusapan natin yung resilience. And now in the institution and even in the landscape that we have, marami tayong nakikilalang mga nurses na umiiksi na yung pasensya.
Aileen, if are you close? I mean, are you seeing your entire career ending in the Philippines? Are you saying na going abroad or being recruited as a nurse manager abroad is something you will never entertain in a lifetime? Mayroon po salita ng tapos, but is it one of your options? Are you closing doors to it? I'm putting you on the spot. Sinasadya ko yun.
I'm not closing my doors, of course, because sabi nga natin merong limitless possibilities na tinatawag eh.
Okay.
And, the family is, of course, the cornerstone of everything. And importante yung pamilya. So, if my husband probably would be telling me na it's okay to migrate, and now I'm still the president of MCNAP, and meron pa rin ako mga gusto mga professional engagement developments na pakiramdam ko hindi ganito ka full blown, no, when you go abroad, pero nandoon yung element ng professional development, the family, priorities, pero to be honest, I'm not closing my doors. Why not?
Alam nyo kasi,
what if, no?
Ang siguro dapat din mabago sa isip natin is, when you go abroad, it doesn't mean that you're not concerned about the Philippines and the Filipinos. Kasi po ang training ng nursing, ako magsasalita kasi I'm not associated with any of the institutions. Si doktora pag nagsalita yan, pwedeng bukas nasa dyaryo na siya na UST Medical Director says ganito, 'di ba? Pero ako I can speak about this. Huwag natin po kalimutan na nursing sa humanistic science. Tinuruan kami na hindi tignan kung Pilipino, kung itim, kung puti, kung dilaw ang kulay. Because as a humanistic science educated professionals, kasi hindi natin tinitingnan yun eh. Pangalawa yung konsepto ng global citizenship eh. No? Kaya parang ang hirap-hirap kontrahin at sabihin na yung Pilipinong nag-abroad, eh hindi kasing nagmamahal doon sa bansa, kagaya ng mga nagstay. But I think it's really about choices and chances and changes. Yung tatlong C's kong yun eh. Sabi ko, maybe they are choosing, there's the choice that they have to make to take chances of career, kagaya ng sagot mo, or even changes. Baka yung iba may gusto siyang baguhin. Parang, alam mo, gusto kong laliman yung conversation, and we have time enough for it. Na bakit po ba nag-abroad yung ibang nanay? Ba't niya iwanan ng pamilya niya? Naging DH sa Hong Kong, isang teacher. Alam mo, may pag-aaral na hindi naman yung pera ang pinunta niya dun eh. May iniwanan siya ditong produkto pala siya ng domestic violence. Diba? Wala pala siyang nakitang career opportunity. Meron pala siyang limitation sa kanyang growth. Doon niya nakita, ang sakit para sa isang graduate ng education na naging domestic helper. Although marangal na trabaho yun. Pero kung titignan mo, hindi lang siya merong pinuntahan eh. Meron siyang iniwanan. Dalawa, I think that these are the pull and the push pressure. Maybe abroad is pulling us, pero baka naman we're pushing them away. I mean, I want to deepen that conversation kasi na-trigger ako ni Miss Aileen. Sorry, Miss Aileen, pero na-trigger mo ako. Kita mo anong position niya? National President yan ng isang malaking organisasyon. Pero hindi siya nagsasara ng pinto. Why? Pero pag dumating kasi yung choice to take the chance for change, ay sino ka pa nga ba? At pag yung anak mo na mismo ang gusto, mami, gusto ko magkaroon ng London lifestyle, punta ka doon, tanggapin mo yung offer sa'yo. Ayaw ko kung makatanggi ka. Maski ako siguro, no? Maski ko. So anyway, anong comment mo doon, Dr. Chato? Doon sa sinabi ko.
Actually, yeah, sir, 100% agree ako. Kasi, di ba sabi nga nila, opportunity never naman talagang nauulit yan, It could be offered to you. Tapos, and if it's a nice offer, you have to grab it. Kasi, lalo na if the opportunity in itself will advance your career, make you more financially stable, and kung may pamilya ka nga at may anak ka, that could really, kumbaga, life changer siya eh. So, yun, we cannot really blame those who are going to seek a greener pasture.
I don't think so. Ang kailangan lang, talagang gawan natin ng paraan, let's give Filipinos, nurses, more reasons to stay.
Yes, tama.
And whether in government, whether in private, we have to find ways to make them stay. Otherwise, the attraction of global employment is really very high. Inibitahan ko lahat, basahin niyo po, pakisearch lang sa Google. Carl Balita, Nursing Crisis. Sinulat ko po yan sa column ko sa Manila Times, sa Business Mirror. Marami po akong sinulat ng mga articles about that. Naku, lumang tugtugi na po sa akin. 3 taon ko na pong pinagsusulat sa mga crisis na yan. At may mga solusyon din po akong na-offer doon. Pero kung titignan mo, ito yung tanong ko Aileen, are nurses appreciated in our, don't talk of St. Luke's per se. I want you to, as a national officer, national president, are nurses in the Philippines appreciated the way they are abroad?
Well, I think meron namang sort of appreciation here in the country because sabi ko nga kanina, Filipinos are warm, mapagpasalamat tayong mga tao Pero ang tanong, when we are facing different challenges, pre-pandemic, we can say yes, everything's normal. The pandemic or the new normal, nakita natin yung trend kung paano in-appreciate ang nurses. Para bang talagang nurses are the skeleton of the healthcare system. Sila ang bida Nakita natin during the pandemic, their roles were really highlighted. Pero ngayon kaya, the now normal. Yan ang tanong. So, na-appreciate. Yes, na-appreciate. And hindi ko maiwasan, Doc, na ihiwalay ang St. Luke's, Kasi I find the institution very appreciative. Kaya nga kanina nabanggit ko yung sa Daisy Awards for the extraordinary nurses, which I think inadapt na din ng ibang hospitals like Viluna, Makati Med, and others. So ito yung binibigyan ng pasyente ng appreciation through a write-up ang mga nurses for the compassionate care, the warm hands, for everything that they're doing.
Pero ayoko na ng sorry pero ayoko na kasing romanticizing yung compassion
Lagi ang compassion, I think, Doc Carl.
No, but marami kasi, like even politically, ginagamit natin kasi, niro-romanticize natin. Yung parang, romanticizing is when you're sour graping and sweet lemonading over it. Na tipong, hello, bigyan mo ng award yan, bigyan mo ng papuri yan, isulat mo ng write-up yan, hindi naman nakakabili ng pagpapakain sa anak. Yan sabi nga ng isang quotation, you just can't live a full life on an empty stomach.
Yeah,
diba?
Totoo naman.
We really have to we really have to give concrete solutions to the problem na number one, madaming nurses walang security of tenure. Number two, di ba may utang pa nga yung ibang institution sa mga nurses natin sa allowance noong pandemya? Di ba? Aileen, naririnig mo yan sa mga members mo, I'm sure. Naririnig natin yan. Kaya paano natin pipigilan yung taong napakaganda ng opportunity doon na wala ka naman ma-offer kung ba't siya mag-stay? Kung UST ka, ang anak mo libre mag-aral dito. O kung St. Luke's ka, kahit na sino pamilya mo, libre ang hospitalization dito. Baka mag-stay ako, pero kaya ba yan ng ibang maliliit na ospital? O inamin yan mismo ni Dr. Degrano. Hindi kaya ng maliliit na ospital yan. O diba? So talaga malalim. Malalim yung crisis, malalim yun. Tapos ang naging solution na natin dyan, kailangan may batonera tayo, meron tayong National Chief Nursing Officer. At nung sinabi namin, tilabi namin kay Sekretarya, na sabi niya, ay ko, ano pag mag-isa yan, bigyan natin siya ng council. O nagkaroon ngayon may pinopropose ngayon ng Nursing Advisory Council ng DOH. Para sa ganon, mag-usap-usap tayo. Ano ba talaga solusyon din sa problemang ito? At saka alam mo, baka sabi ng iba, di magbigay kayo ng maraming scholarships para maraming nurses na puproduce. Hello, kulang na po ang CI at saka yung Dean. O di ba? O sumalangit nawa ang kanyang kaluluwa, yung pong si Dean na aksidente nung isang araw. Ang di ba, ang idea po doon, ipapunta siya somewhere because she was about to take a test. And what is the test? Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe that's, kasi mga Dean ngayon nag-aalisan eh. Ang gaganda ng offer, Miss Aileen, tama? Managers ang offer sa. At saka tandaan niyo po ang clinical instructors, yan po yung may 2 years of experience. So kaya ang bilis nila. At hindi na nga po kailangan ngayon ng experience. Di ba? Anyway, malungkot, pero bakit malungkot ang the likes of educators na bigla niyang na-realize na tama bang ginawa ko na masyado kong pinagaling ang Filipino nurses na kailangan gustong-gusto siya ng mundo? Di ba, Aileen? Ay, ikaw,
yan, Doc, eh. Kasi para bang at some point we are very proud to be a Filipino nurse. Pero para bang we are putting the nurses into market in the sense na ang gagaling ng mga Pilipino, kunin nyo kami. No? Ano bang tagline natin? Kasi ang gagaling na Filipino nurse, the heart of the
best for the Filipinos. The choice of the world.
Oh, choice of the world, no? Kaya nga sabi nila, dapat yung tagline natin sa mga nurses, no? Pero yun nga, hindi lang naman sa tagline. So sabi nga natin, marami talagang factors na nakaka-influence why nurses are really leaving the country.
Actually, may gusto tayong ipakitang headliner ng isang araw. Ito nasa headlines ng Philippine Star. Ang sabi po ni President, if you can flash this on the screen. Yan po, nasa phone ko. Ang sabi po ni Marcos on nurse exodus, we're victims of our success. Biktima tayo ng ating tagumpay. Yeah, ang hirap sumagot for him, pero tagumpay tayo kasi gawing best nurses yung mga Filipino nurses. Kaya feeling ni President, based on the quotation, naging biktima tayo ng sarili nating tagumpay. Ayan nakalagay sa headline. And this was July 11, 2023. Diba? Maraming napaiyak ito na na mga nursing educators na ginawa lang naman nila ang trabaho nila to create the best nurses for the world. And that's why they became the best of the world. Ayan basahin ko yung quotation. Unfortunately, in terms of healthcare workers, we have victims of our own success in that the Filipinos did really well during the pandemic. And so every leader I meet says, can we have more Filipino medtechs, doctors, and nurses? So we're having a shortage here. That's according to our president. Okay? So iwanan na natin tong usapang to. Maganda tong iwan sa kaisipan ng ating mga kababayan. Pero ang tanong, now that the nurses are leaving so that they can find their living, what future holds? What is it that, what do we see in the future? Diba? Yun ang tanong. Doktora, your parting shots.
Siguro as part of the administration and management, what we can do is to look into the process and system, internal process and system of the hospital, and look into what we can contribute to the society in order to come up with something that will make our nurses stay. whether it's in the terms of salary, benefits, commitment, enhancement of values, no? Kasi 'di ba UST is known for competence, commitment, and compassion. I think from the nursing school, no, from the College of Nursing, we strengthen this. We try to imbibe our student to imbibe these core values. And with that, this could probably our contribution to the nation. Na if we are able to strengthen and revive this compassion, commitment, and competence, hindi dapat negative ang dating ng excellence, no, ng excellence and quality in among our nurses. Kasi we should be proud nga dahil our nurses are excellent quality, 'di ba? And for that, no, that makes us really, really at par with what services. Probably they are advanced in terms of technology, but we are advanced in terms of hands-on management, personalized nursing care, and yun yung something na sinasabi ko nga, we have to be proud as Filipinos. And as a Thomasian nurse, proud po ako. I don't find it negative na magagaling po ang produkto natin na nurses. Actually, we should be proud. And actually, Doc, no, I want to take this opportunity to encourage, no, our administrators, particularly in the private sector, to go and collaborate to each other. Tingnan po natin kung ano po ang pwede natin gawin to help out, no, our government. Kasi syempre po, our government is still new, no, on what are the things that has to be changed in our system, particularly from the nursing ideas or nursing concerns. And since andito nga si Ma'am Aileen, I'm asking the society, no, the Philippine Nursing Association, to probably work hand in hand with the government in making the quality to have a life and work balance for our nurses. Kasi kumbaga kailangan po talagang someone has to do something, no? Kung ang private institution po kasi ang aasahan, baka it will take time. But if we do it together, kasi di ba sabi nila, pag isa lang, mahina siguro. Pag dalawa, medyo mahina. Pero kung lahat tayo sumisigaw, it could definitely bring change to the
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, united voice. Yeah, yun naman ang gusto natin. Ayan, Miss Aileen, final shots?
With the increasing complexity of the healthcare system, so I think as nurses, let's be more resilient. Let's do interprofessionalism. Katulad din ng sinabi ni Dr. Chato, let's help each other hand in hand. And speaking for the organization as one of the leaders, let's build a stronger and the strongest collaboration we can to be able to be heard. So this is just probably a wishful thinking, but being a Filipino, naniniwala ako na with all that we can do, and of course we have this rising stars, sana merong nurse probably in the future na maupo and maging part probably ng government and be able to see the real picture of the nursing landscape. Hindi lang nursing, but even the allied health. And marami tayong gustong mangyari, but of course, nurses leaving, it's not under our control. And merong aalis at aalis pa rin naman talaga ng mga nurses. And on my end, siguro being a mentor, being a coach, being a nurse who still stays here, probably my role is siguro cultivate not only competence and professionalism, but also resilience, and probably perhaps kung ano pa yung mga pwedeng contributions ng mga nurses natin in the future. So this is really a call to action for us, for nurses, for our leaders, and for those people who are really concerned sa ating mga nurses dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, so more power sa ating lahat, and we're hoping for the best for our nurses.
Yeah. Ako, in closing, alam niyo yung nurses, specialist po kami sa caring. Ang definition po ng caring, according to Watson, is It's a nurturant way of responding to a valued clients towards whom the nurse feels a personal sense of commitment and responsibility. Gusto ko po ibalik sa public yung caring. Ang caring po ay nurturing. Ibig sabihin, kaya po kami promotive, preventive ang aming approach kasi nurturing po ang caring namin. In other words, we lead people to be independent. Ngayon, kung kayo po nag-care sa nurses para mag-care sa inyo, kasi kailangan po rin ng mga care providers ang caring. Sana po man-nurture nyo yung mga carers. Kasi if you will not be able to care for our carers, countries out there would like to care for them. Pangalawa, but ako binabalik ko yung saan magaling ang nurses. Magaling kami sa caring, pero kailangan din namin ng caring. At kung gusto nyo kaming manatili, make us feel the care. Okay? But the care has something to do with nurturing. Nurture us as well. Pangalawa, yung compassion. Alam mo, galing din kami sa compassion. Yung nurses, specialty namin yan. Pero ang compassion, huwag nyo mong kakalimutan, shared suffering. No? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kung kayo po ay compassionate sa nurses, para maging compassionate sa mga pasyente, kailangan po alisin nyo kami sa sitwasyong hindi nakatutulong sa aming kaligayahan at productivity bilang mga tao. So, ibinabalik ko lang yon. Empathy, magaling din po ang nurses dyan. Nararamdaman natin na nararamdaman ng iba. Sana po yung ating mga policy makers, yung mga leaders, paramdaman nyo rin ang nararamdaman ng mga nurses. Kasi parang ang feeling ko, life is just an echo. If you want us to care, care for us. If you want us to be compassionate with us. So you have to share with our suffering. And if you share with that suffering, alisin nyo kami doon. At syempre, yung empathy, kung gusto nyo kami maging empathetic, paramdam nyo rin sa aming empathy na nararamdaman nyo ang nararamdaman namin. Alam nyo kung bakit? Kung ibang bansa ay high-tech, advanced technology, ang Filipino nurses kasi po advanced humanity. Galing tayo dyan. Kung sila high-tech, ang Filipino po ay high-touch. Okay? Isa lang siguro po ang susi dito. Bigyan niyo po kami ng mas maraming dahilan para manatili sa Pilipinas. Dahil pag hindi, nakaabang po ang ibang bansa. Bukas kamay, bukas wallet, bukas pintuan, bukas po lahat. And I think, ang dapat nating maintindihan lahat, ang nursing po is not an expense. Nursing po should be an investment. Kaya nyo nga po magpatayo ng buildings, nagpatayo ng ospital, build. Ba't hindi po tayo nakapag-create ng nurses and doctors and other health professionals to be the manpower, to be the human resource supply for those infrastructure that you build. Yun lang po. Kaya natin mag-invest sa technology, kaya natin mag-invest sa maraming bagay. Bakit hindi tayo mag-invest sa ating human resource? At ang ating pong universal healthcare law na napakaganda, hindi po magtatagumpay ang universal healthcare sa Pilipinas pag wala po yung pinakamalaking sektor sa larangan ng manggagawang pangkalusugan. Yan po yung mga nurses. Okay? Mahaba-haba na yung sermon ko, pero ang announcement po ng USTAAI, the coffee table book entitled Thomasian Icons, Bridges of Faith, Hope, and Love will soon be distributed. So Thomasian's Icons, watch out for this coffee table book. Again, to our viewers, please remember, like, share, and follow our FB page, UST Alumni Association Incorporated, and subscribe to our TAC, that's Thomasian Alumni Community, YouTube channel. Just click the button so you can be part of the worldwide Thomasian Alumni Community. Here at Bridges, we do not build walls. We build bridges. Bridges of people, bridges of knowledge, bridges of new learning. Thank you for watching. Be with us again on Tuesday, July 12, for another exciting and learning episode, sponsored by the UST Faculty of Medicine and Surgery Alumni Association. Remember, let us all together build and be bridges of faith, hope, and love. So lang po masasabi ko, ang Filipino nurses kasi po, they just don't shine. We illuminate. And that's why the world loves us. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay.